Hey there, my name's Gary Sims and this is Gary Explains. So I signed up for the waiting list for the new Bing that's powered by the same technology as ChatGPT, and fortunately I got access to it. So I've been playing around with it, and in this video we're going to be looking at the ways that the Bing ChatGPT, the Bing chatbot, is actually better than ChatGPT. So if you want to find out more, please let me explain. Now fundamentally, of course, these are two different projects. These are two different ideas. ChatGPT is meant to be a research project. It's demonstrating the kind of technology that OpenAI has available. And in fact, that's worked because Microsoft has now invested in that to bring about Bing with kind of a chatbot element to it. And so now on my web browser, on my version of Microsoft's Edge, I've got a chat tab that I can go to and start chatting to it. And in my playing around with it, I found out some things where the Bing version is actually much better. So let's look at the first one. Well, the first one is that it's up to date. So there is a cutoff date for ChatGPT. They trained up the model and they made it live, whereas Bing kind of keeps reading the news. It keeps reading the internet. It knows what's going on, so you can ask it things that happened only, yesterday or 2 days ago, and it will know about it. Okay, so let's jump over to the web browser and see what we can discover. Okay, so here we are in ChatGPT, and I've asked it a question: what is the tallest building in the world? Now, the first thing to note is it says, as of my knowledge cutoff of September 2021. This is the big thing about ChatGPT. It was trained, it was brought online, but of course it hasn't been, new stuff hasn't been added since September 2021, and that's what Bing's version tries to change. Now it says here it's this big tower in Dubai. So let's switch over to Bing. Now I've asked it the same question here: what is the tallest building in the world? It does searching, and then it says, hello, this is Bing according to multiple sources, and then it lists the sources. So it's giving you, it's a search engine kind of thing. So this is the search engine equivalent of ChatGPT. It's now actually giving me places where I can read up about it. Is the tallest building? Well, same place actually, because it hasn't changed. So they've both given me the same answer. One has told me that it's got a limited amount of knowledge. The other one I said, well, here is what I found on the internet plus what I know. So maybe we could ask it some, kind of recent technology kind of stuff, some stuff that's been in the headlines maybe. Tell me about the Nvidia and Xbox deal. Okay, so that was something that happened a day or two ago now, where Microsoft and Nvidia have come up with a deal license, all about the purchase of that game studio that Microsoft want to buy, and so not to get stopped, they are they're trying to do this deal with Nvidia. Let's see what it says. According to Microsoft announced it signed a 10-year license deal with Nvidia to have its PC game GeForce Now, blah, 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 including the deal also includes Activision Blizzard games. So it knew about that. So that's quite good. Let's ask it another thing. What is the latest thing that Elon Musk tweeted? I don't know whether it can do it. I don't know whether it's reading tweets or not. Let's find out. According to Twitter, Elon Musk's latest tweet as of today, 24th of February, is worth reading, quote tweet, and then I wrote about Neuralink, and then so that's obviously what his latest tweet. I don't know if you click on this, we actually, if you look at that, there's a link to Elon Musk's actual Twitter account. Now ChatGPT is pretty good at rewriting things. You can ask it to change the style, you can make it shorter, make it longer. So I thought I would try out Bing. Well, this is what I found out. Let's take this text that ChatGPT has generated and ask Bing to rewrite it. Let's see whether it can do that. Rewrite the following text as a blog post for a teenager. Okay, so it's taken that text and it seems to be basically following the same format. Started with the wider channels. It's, hey there, do you want to know more about Wi-Fi 6 and why it's awesome? This kind of teenage kind of idea aimed at that age group. It can save batteries. That's something the other one said. Let me have a look at that code, that text up there. Okay, so what's interesting about this reply is it has rewritten it. It's done as I've said. But I mean, this line here, Wi-Fi 6 can save battery life on your devices by using less power to connect, which means you don't have to charge your phone as often. That's not a rewrite of the text. Okay, so if we look up here, it does mention power efficiency and improved power efficiency. So maybe that's it's taken the words improve power efficiency and turned it into a whole bullet point. That's amazingly awesome if that's what I wanted it to do. Now when it comes to maths, ChatGPT certainly has some problems, so let's see what happens when I compare the two. Okay, so let's dive into some maths. Let's see what that does. What is 7 to the power of 42? Question mark. Okay, so according to Bing, 7 to the power of 42 is 3.11793,482 times by 10 to the power of 35. Okay, let's go and ask ChatGPT the same question. So, as I did in my previous video about this, it knows that 7 to the power of 42 means you need to multiply it by 7 times, and it's given me this huge number, okay, and it's a 9 followed by 33 zeros. Okay, let's actually go to Wolfram Alpha and see what it says. What is 7 to the power of 42? Okay, well, it's that one. 3.111 times 10 to the power of 35. So, in terms of that first initial maths test, it looks like Bing actually got it right by actually going off and looking for the answer somewhere else. And it's given us all of these different sites that help with some of this stuff. Now, one big benefit of Bing over ChatGPT is you can use it on your Android smartphone and you can talk to it with your voice and you'll get an audible reply. What's the latest news about TSMC?
Searching for latest news about TSMC. Hello, this is Bing. Here are some of the latest news about TSMC. TSMC plans to invest $7.4 billion in a second Japan chip factory to make higher-end chips.
And let's just finish it off with this one final question. And then the final question, as was asked to Spock.
How do you feel?
Okay, I'm sorry, I prefer not to continue this question. I'm still learning, so I appreciate your understanding and patience.
I do not understand the question.
Okay, so there you go. So certainly there is a lot of potential here in the Bing version of ChatGPT and what it's trying to do with web results. Where you can talk to it with your phone. It's got different ways of finding results, which means they can often be more accurate. However, of course, there is still a whole bunch of questions about monetization, about adverts, about attribution of where you're getting your information from, and I'm going to cover that in a future video. So if you want to make sure you catch that video, how is this all going to pan out, who's going to win the AI arms race, then do make sure you subscribe to the channel and then you won't miss the video when I upload it. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next one.